Hi guys, my name is Alana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mental Health with Alana. If you're new here, please click that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, check out my business, Care Boxes by Alana. I create sensory boxes for your mental health and emotional well-being. If you're interested in purchasing a sensory box, I have it linked in my link tree down below. You can go to the website and get free mental health resources and crisis lines as well, if you're interested in that. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about ways to stop self-harming. This is something that I have experienced myself, and I want to do a short video just explaining some ways that you can stop as well. My first tip is to have somebody who you're accountable with. This is really helpful, and I think this is a really great idea. If you have someone in your life who you can be accountable with, you can let them know how you're going, give kind of a bit of a check-in to see how you're going with it. And if you relapse, having someone there who you can talk to about it can be really helpful. And it can keep you accountable because then you know if you do relapse, you have to go and talk to that person. And yeah, so for me, that was a really big one and it's helped me a lot. And yeah, my second one is to have an app or something that counts how many days clean you are. Some people don't like doing this. I personally do. I think this is a really great inspiration and motivation to keep going. I love to check the app and see how many days I am, and it really encourages me and it makes me feel like I've accomplished something and achieved something great. My third tip is to put the items that you use to self-harm in a place that isn't easily accessible. So ideally it'd be great if you could throw it away, but I know that that is sometimes not possible and sometimes it's just too hard. You could either give the thing that you self-harm with to someone else to throw away, or the thing that I really like is to put the thing that you're using in a place where you can't really get to it quickly. This is important because then it gives you a few extra minutes or a few extra seconds to actually think before you act. I find with self-harm, it's very impulsive, and a lot of the time, for me anyway, there wouldn't be much thought. It'd just be a thought, like a urge or a feeling or a thought, and then I would immediately act on it. If you've put it in a place where you know it's hard to get to, then you have a few extra minutes to kind of sit there and think about how you're going and whether you want to actually engage in that harmful behavior. My next one is very similar to this, but it's to have a stopwatch and put 5 minutes on it. On your phone, you can go into your clock app and just put 5 minutes, where when you get the urge to self-harm, you put it on for 5 minutes and you just sit there and you observe your feelings. You use DBT, use Wise Mind, observe your feelings, think about how you're actually feeling and what's going on for you, and sit there for 5 minutes. And then once it's been 5 minutes, put it on for another 5 minutes, and then sit there for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, go another 5 minutes, and keep going until the urge passes, or until you're feeling a bit more clear-headed to go and talk to somebody or to use your skills or distraction techniques. The next one is to use distraction techniques. Use DBT if you've done DBT. Even if you haven't, you can find free DBT worksheets online, dialectical behavioral therapy. So I have borderline personality disorder as one of my diagnoses, and DBT is really good for BPD. So I will go onto my Pinterest and I've got a lot of free worksheets, and I've also got a folder full of DBT worksheets, and I'll sometimes just grab that out and pick one, just an activity to do, just kind of flick through and find something, and then I'll use that instead. And I'll use that, and it takes me, maybe like 10 minutes to fill out the worksheet and to do the activity. The next one is to distract yourself, and this one is a pretty simple one, but you could either watch TV, you could go on a walk if you're safe to do so, you could have a shower, again, just make sure you're safe. You could do some art, do some coloring in, do some diamond art. I love doing diamond art, so I've been doing that. But any of those things, do your makeup, do your hair, test out new hairstyles, like really anything. Do something that you like doing, play instruments, sing, something that you find enjoyable. My last one is to use sensory items. I have a business where I create sensory boxes, and so I personally have a lot of sensory items, but this is a really great one. I find sensory items to be really grounding. This can be helpful if you're really dissociated and that's why you want to self-harm. So for me, if I'm feeling dissociated or like I'm not really present, I use my sensory items to ground myself. So I'll use some of like the toys in it, like the Tangle or a squishy ball. There's a lot of other things in there like essential oils, candles, things like that have that strong smell. And you don't even have to light the candle if you're worried about that if you self harm in that way. But even just smelling a candle, putting on an oil diffuser, using your sensory box, your sensory items, and having it in a place that's accessible and easy to get to. Don't put this box in a place where it's hard to get to because otherwise you're just not going to use it. So making sure that you have something that's right there, easy to grab, and accessible. So I hope you found this video helpful, and comment down below what you like to do. And if you have any extra tips, check out my sensory boxes, and I'll love to see you in my next video. Bye.